What's up, guys? Welcome back. It is a beautiful day here in Arkansas. The definition, honestly, of a fall day. A little crisp, but the sun is out. It's beautiful. The leaves are falling. I am so excited, and a fall day calls for a fall garden tour. I kind of took a break on the garden tour, just like a week or so, just because not a lot of things were happening, and I felt like I was showing you guys the same thing. But things are certainly starting to change, and I cannot wait to head outside and just show you guys the garden, tell you some of the things I've been cooking up from the garden. But if you see this behind me, this giant plant, I don't have one of those. I don't have two of those. I have 3 of those. Now, a little backstory. I obviously love plants, and a lot of our huge established plants came from Nathan's mom. She's had them for like 20 plus years. So like this tree she had for like 20 years. There's a palm tree. I've got an elephant foot tree she's had for several years. But the story is, people bring me their dead plants, their unwanted plants, and I bring them back to life, and then they end up just forever staying in the Reagan household. So, you know, it's starting to get cooler here. A lot of these are warm weather loving plants. So my living room right now is madness. And one of our friends, these are tropical plants, I don't even remember what they're called, but he had them outside and he's like, a frost is coming, I don't know what to do, you want them? I mean, it's like asking a gardener, do you want seeds? Of course I want them. I had no idea where I'm gonna put them. Right now I just have them in pots everywhere. There's one over there. And so I had texted my sister and I was like, so I have a little bit of a problem. She was like, Jill, quit buying plants. I'm like, listen, I didn't buy these. These were gifted to me from a dear friend, and I'm gonna keep them alive all winter. I would love to give them some back in the spring and the summer and just maybe keep one for myself. But literally, I just have giant, huge plants everywhere. I think this one's gonna stay here. This one seems cozy in this little corner. I threw one in June's room. Look at that, y'all. So enough of the jungle in here, the garden in here. Let's actually go out to the actual garden and see what's going on. It feels so good out here. Y'all know I'm a wimp when it comes to the cold, but this right here is like the perfect weather. I could kind of have a light sweater on if I needed to, but I don't because the sun's out and it's glorious. It's like moments like these, I'm like, oh, God gave this day to Jill Reagan for a purpose. And the purpose is to show off my garden to all of you people. We have been harvesting daily from these beans, mainly because I'm afraid we're gonna get a frost and it's just gonna take them out. They're still putting on blooms. Look at all these little baby green beans. Those are seriously my favorite. Look at that. The green beans truly are my favorite still, tried and true, but I do know that I better enjoy them while I can, because I do not foresee these hanging on very long in our future. We are testing fate. I will put it to you that way. It has been down like 33 one night. I think we've got some cooler temps coming in. So I know there's a good chance these aren't gonna hang around long enough. I'm even seeing damage on their leaves from when it got way too cold for what they really appreciated. So we're just harvesting, we're enjoying the bounty while it lasts, and know that won't be long and we'll be putting these to rest. I am actually going out of town tomorrow and going to spend a few days with some friends. You guys will catch that in the next vlog, and I'm really excited about it. It's much needed break. I'm gonna miss everything, so I'm really just kind of taking today and spending my time. It's not raining, the weather's perfect. I truly feel like God gifted this day for me to just enjoy the bounty of my garden, and I'm really just like walking through and like soaking in all of the goodness. I don't know if frost could come by the time I get back home. I'm only gonna be gone for a few days, but there's a good chance when I come back home these beans aren't gonna be producing anymore, and that's, you know, pretty likely. And so I just really want to take this moment and appreciate the goodness God has given me today and this moment right here. I love growing food. Our pumpkins over here are doing a lot of pumpkin things. I think they're probably about to just not be hanging on anymore, but you'll see that. They're everywhere. But I don't actually think I'm gonna get anything off of these before the cold wipes us out. You can see their leaves are starting to curl up, and yeah, they're not loving me. I keep coming, oh, you little grasshopper. No, go about. I keep coming out here to see if heads are forming yet in my broccoli. It's like a daily occurrence. Do you see that right there? Right there. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is one of my favorite things, just to see the heads start to form. I think it is magnificent. Oh, grow, little broccoli, grow. How pretty is that? Oh my gosh, that was so exciting. I get a lot of comments from you all. They're very sweet. I get very sweet comments. But you guys always talk about how excited I get over food, to the point where it's kind of comical. I'm telling you, I love it. I love seeing the transformation. And I've also found too, this was such a sweet moment. I was waking Charlie up this morning, and when I go into her room to wake her up, she was sitting on her stomach with her hands propped up underneath her chin, and she was looking out her window. Well, her window happens to oversee all the garden. And I was like, hey baby, what are you doing? And she was like, Mom, I'm just looking at all your beautiful plants. And I immediately gave her the biggest hug. I woke Nathan up and told him, I was like, she is a child after my own heart. But I feel like when I express so much gratitude to my garden and I get excited over the little things, because I truly do, it allows her to do that. It allows her to wake up early and lay on her bed and look at the beauty in the garden and of the plants growing. And for me, that is awesome. That is what I love. And I love seeing her get me excited about growing plants. So that way she knows whatever she's into, whether it's growing, whether it's cooking, or whatever her little heart desires, that it's okay no matter how old you get to get excited about something. It is okay for people to think you're a bit silly. That's okay, because if you enjoy it, lavish in that. I'm literally walking outside every day, walking through a garden that I remember praying and dreaming for years and years. And so for me, I get excited about broccoli heads forming. I get excited about cabbages that I know I'm going to be able to make sauerkraut for the first time ever. Those things spark joy, and I honestly don't think it matters how old I get. I feel like I will always get giddy over seeing my dreams grow every single day. I just think I don't know, I think it's cool. Speaking of cabbages, these cabbages are, there's heads forming. So these look really good. Actually, look at that. These are looking really good. A lot of them have several heads established. These are the tiara cabbage. Look at that. That is a good head. Granted, it's small, but it's gonna get bigger. It's got several more weeks that it can go and thrive. And look at all these. They're just looking really well. Same down here. I cannot wait to show you guys the Chinese cabbage though. Those things are wild. But these are just the small, 3 or 4 pound cabbages, and they look great. Look at that. It's a bit sunny out here. So this is, like I said, these are the Chinese. Look at that. There's good head forming. Same with these. This one, that's good, y'all. I grew that. Can you believe it? These are getting a lot more pest damage than the other ones. I really don't know why, but at the grand scheme of things, if I've just got 4 that are being, grasshopper food and the rest are doing great, I'm gonna call that a win. Look at that though. That, my friends, some good looking cabbages. I love having the insect netting up. It has helped with the pest a lot, aside from the few cabbages down there. Obviously we already have these wires up, so when it does start frost is happening, I can just put frost plastic covering over them, and I know my plants are okay. The only thing I don't love about it is when I walk out here and I see those green bean trellises and I can walk through and touch the plants. I like that. And so having to physically like remove this board, which is kind of a pain in the butt, because then I'm, you know, worried about not damaging the plants in the middle row and not being able to like physically see the plants in the middle row, which I have cauliflower. I don't love that. And I know it's one of those silly things, like I like to feel my plants. I like to touch them. I like to know like how they're doing on a day-to-day basis. It's probably about once a week I come out here and I lift the covering and just make sure everything's going well, make sure that heads are forming on things. But I would say overall, if you're dealing with insects, if you're worried about frost in your area, this is definitely the way to go. My silly little Jill self on having to physically touch my plants, I'll just have to get over that. All of these zinnias did not appreciate the 33-degree weather. As you can tell, they are shriveling up. I'm probably gonna go ahead and just pick these, put them inside, save the seeds, because overall, they just couldn't hang. So we pretty much always seasonally eat, you know, we're just eating the things, especially the vegetables, based off whatever I'm growing. So radishes are something that we are eating a lot of. I have found that I really like them if I just cut them up, put about like a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of coconut oil in a cast iron skillet, and then I just put turmeric on them and roast them. Oh, they are so good. These are huge too. Look at these. These are a yellow, this is from the Hostel, some of the ones I grew. And I'm getting so many of these. I've just been coming out here and harvesting and resowing. Look at these though. Aren't they beautiful? And they're so big, that's my favorite thing. So I'm gonna go through and just harvest all of these for dinner tonight. What this little guy is doing in the garden still, I have no idea. Y'all, these squash bugs just have not let up this year. What in the world? Look at that. Alright, enough about the squash bug drama. Here are the rutabagas. Look at this root over here. Yeah, so they're definitely getting bigger. There's a lot of weeds, but I'm seeing a lot of stuff going on in there. Everything in this bed that I sowed out is doing well. The collards are growing well. Our scarlet kale, the red mustards. The only thing that's lagging is this salvinova lettuce that I planted out, and I think it's just because I need a covering over these. But as you can see, our dino kale is starting to do really well. I wasn't actually sure if this was going to do anything because they took so long, but here they come. And I think we're going to be fine. I'm actually going to throw up some frost plastic over this just to be sure. And then all of our radishes in here, I've been harvesting these often as well. They're all looking really good. And guess what? My carrots that I resowed 3 different times are starting to sprout, and that is very exciting. It gives me something to hold on to. We had a lot of really good rain, so I do think that that helped too. And it wasn't like hard rain. It was just like this good, steady, continuous rain, like kind of drizzled, but it happened for days and days, and I think that that really helped. But the carrots are rocking and rolling, and I could not be more pleased. Well, you guys, thanks for hanging out with me with this little impromptu garden tour. I know I didn't get to show you guys everything, but I wanted to show you guys a glimpse of what was going on, especially before I went out of town. And in true Jill fashion, I leave tomorrow and I have not packed anything. That is so my personality. I kind of wait until the last minute when it comes to things like that. But I'm gonna go pack, hang out with the kiddos. I cannot wait to show you next week where I went, who I went with, and just all the memories that was had. But thank you for hanging out in the garden with me today, and I'll talk to you soon.